Is it over? We got hit really hard today, boys and girls. I mean, Bitcoin is down 11% in the week. I think it's down like 6% for the day. Got tons of money outflowing from the market. We're going to talk about what in the world happened to the entire crypto market. Was the Bitcoin having just a sell the news event? Does history repeat itself? Is there going to be more action? We're going to talk about all of that in this video. And of course, if it's not over, we're going to talk about looking for those juicy gains, those things that could go to zero or they can go to 100x. We're going to talk about some of those in this video as well. But first and foremost, let's look what in the world happened to Bitcoin. I'm about to blow your mind real quick, okay? So keep in mind that this post we're looking at was actually posted last week when Bitcoin was around $64,000. Basically, it's just comparing the cycles. And it talks about in the past, what has happened right after the Bitcoin halving. It used one of the previous cycles in 2016 to show the downside. And check this out right here. We saw in 2016, after the Bitcoin halving, in this range that we're in right here, in like the post 9 days after the halving, a drawback of 11%. Check this out. Look at this week on Bitcoin. We're currently at $57,000. For the week, we are down 10.3%. That's almost 11% to the T. Now, we did have a stronger pre-halving than I expected. That's why we are down 17% for the 30 days. But we are literally witnessing, despite all the other events we're going to talk about in this video, history repeat itself with an 11% drawback. And if we go and look at history, let's see what all of the other halvings had in store. I'm just going to scroll up here, and every other halving has had this drawback of this danger zone of not really knowing exactly where the price is going to settle, and has historically went up afterwards. We see we are here in these orange circles. We see the Bitcoin halving announced. That's when you can mine half of the total BTC. Miners get less revenue. I've talked about this in other videos, and we see what happened time after time. So we can expect right now that despite all the other news we're about to look at, as far as the halving goes, we're still not quite in the red. We kind of expected this. It's also important to remember that last bull market, we had plenty of 20 to 30% pullbacks. And even on the 30 days, we still haven't even hit that 20% mark yet. I think we could even see as low if things really get heavy, 40 something thousand dollar Bitcoin. And even if it was there, that doesn't mean that the bull market is over. That doesn't mean we can't see 70, 80 plus K Bitcoin again this cycle. And of course, as always, nothing in this video is financial advice. I am just trying to provide the information that I know as somebody who lives in this space for all the casual people that are trading or looking, and so they can have equal opportunity and knowledge of what's going on in the market. So let's talk about what the heck is going on. First and foremost, this is a heavy hitter too. We had weeks and weeks of positive inflows from ETFs. So during the past week, we have been pretty hammered almost every single day. While I do think that this chart is missing some critical information because there's some inflows that I don't believe are included, you can see that as of yesterday, there was 161 million total outflows from ETFs, and then 51 million the day before that, and so on and so on. Now, overall, we're still obviously well in the green of inflows versus outflows, but this last week, we have been getting hammered. All in all, we are still up nearly $12 billion of inflows from ETFs. Some more bad news. The Department of Justice is trying to come after self-custody Bitcoin, which is a huge thesis to Bitcoin and self-custody. It's also a huge thesis to America and a lot of other countries who claim to be free. This is trying to take your freedom away, saying that they're trying to push against you being a self-custody over your Bitcoin. So thankfully, we do have people fighting for us. The U.S. Senator Cynthia Loomis is basically showing her concerns about them going after Bitcoin, saying that she will do everything in their power to hold our own keys, because at the end of the day, not your keys, not your wallet. And if they're coming after your keys, they're coming after your money. That's essentially like you having cash in a vault, the government breaking into your house and trying to say that that's their cash, that's not your cash, and then trying to monitor what you do with that cash. So basically, again, the stance contradicts existing treasury guidance, common sense, violates the rule of law, arguments against self-custody, software threaten the fundamental property rights that are core to being an American. I'll do everything in my power to fight for it. So at least we have some people on our side as far as this goes. And lastly, some good news is that the chair, Jerome Powell, said that they're not going to cut interest rates right now until we get greater confidence inflation is going back to 2%. This seemed to kind of catch the market because we were just free falling until this news. But this seems to be some pretty good news according to the Bitcoin charts and just in general. And last but not least, while I don't think this necessarily shook the market, I think it's really cool news that BlackRock is hosting its own Bitcoin investing conference. Now, with all that boring stuff out the way, we're going to talk about those 100x gains that we're all looking for. So I'm actually going to go cross-chain on this one. I usually stick to just base or just Solana. I've been doing runes lately. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything because there's a dip all across the market. As always, as I say every single video, not only is this not financial advice, this stuff can go to zero. Literally, it can go to zero. So, at the end of the day, I am here to just give entertainment value and just kind of like education on some things. I'm not promoting any financial assets whatsoever. I'm just talking about things that I am looking at. With that being said, there's so many things out there to look at. Runes being one of those lately, but we're going to look at quite a few. Now, the obvious ones that are like safer when it comes to crypto is just the L1s. I mean, we got Ethereum with the news coming up at the end of this month of their hopeful ETF approval, sitting below 3K at a 6% dip for the week. Solana just took a big hit. It did recover decently just in the last 24 hours, down 12% for the week. I personally love AVAX. I buy AVAX. I have a weekly recurring buy on it. I think $32 is a great entry, 11.6% down for the week. I've been buying AVAX for a long time, and there's just so many on here. But if you really want those like potential significant gains, you're of course going to have to look for either meme coins or coins that are on these platforms. So we're going to talk about a lot of those. I'll go ahead and start with some degenerate ones. Some of this is of course bag biased. I say this in a lot of videos as well, but basically I don't like talking about stuff I don't know a lot about. So I'm going with the stuff I do know about. I probably own it. So just know that before going in. I own this. This is Pepe Coin. This is different than Pepe, and this is, I consider, even though I'm starting off with it, going to be one of the highest risk that I'm going to talk about. During the last 30 days, it's a 50% dip. This actually hit a $1 billion market cap and is currently sitting under $500 million. What is Pepe Coin? So Pepe Coin was established in 2016. It was the original Pepe cryptocurrency. The Pepe that a lot of other people buy is this Pepe. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. This is just kind of a leverage play against this. Got the Ethereum ticker before the Pepe I just mentioned did. This Pepe coin, you can actually stake it to earn based AI. I've been passively earning based AI. I don't think I can find that on CoinGecko to be on Dex tools. I've been staking to passively earn based AI since it launched. Based AI itself is like $4 or $5 now. It touched like $10. I think it's a really good opportunity. Again, it just crashed 50%. I hear a lot of mixed reviews. Some people say that this is just like a narrative. Some people, they say all kinds of things. Personally, I'm bullish on Pepe coins. I think that they've been here since the start. The team's early crypto native, $400 million market cap. I've been talking about this when it was well under $1. Shout out to my boy Kyle Wilson, who showed me this at like 20 cents. So it's been absolutely a crazy ride for those who have been following, but we're going to go on to the next ticker. This one's quite funny to talk about because of the name, of course. I honestly think this is going to be the winner of AVAX memes, in my opinion. It's at a $188 million market cap. It actually touched like 400 million at one point. I bought this again super low. This one actually was also, shout out to Kyle, because he showed me this as well. He's big into AVAX. But this is Cock, C-O-Q. And this one is just so memeable. It has an entire ecosystem. I couldn't find the picture, but there's so many developers on this. And yeah, again, I just think it's going to be one of the winners. Lots of OGs. The ticker literally starts out with OX420 for this. You can see right here, OX420 on the AVAX ticker. It's a good meme. I think it's a good meme. I think it's a play. Almost every chain, I think, is going to have a couple, maybe one big winner that's a meme. And I think that this one could have potential to be that for AVAX. I own none of this one, but I do have Cardano, and I'm legitimately thinking about taking like 75% of my Cardano bag and throwing it into this because my Cardano bag is kind of insignificant. But Snake, that's by far the only meme coin I see with relevance on Cardano. It has a huge community around it. They have their own drinks that they're associated with. I actually have one. I think it's in the back. You can't really see it up there, but it's up there. Again, I own 0 of this. Definitely a winner if you have Cardano and just want to be able to get some. Which, by the way, here's a good point to say that if you don't know how to buy any of this stuff, I have plenty of videos on it. Literally just go to my channel, type in how to buy meme coins. I have a video for literally everything you need to know. So just go check that out on my channel. This one's a lot riskier, coming in at a $5 million market cap, which kind of pains me to see because I wrote a lot of this from sub 1 million. I think it touched 40 million and it's back down to 5 million. But I genuinely love Apple. So it obviously is playing off of Apple. They actually just launched a 404. I wrote a thread about this on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, I constantly post updates on everything that's going on in there. Their marketing is tremendous. They're an affiliate organization. I believe they have some like amazing partnerships. They're just funny. It's very memeable. This little like Apple Vision Pro, you can put in PFPs and it's kind of seamless marketing. It's kind of like the MOG glasses. I think this is a high risk, high reward play, and I'm involved with it. They just, again, this 404 they just announced, basically you'll be able to switch in and out from your token to an NFT without buying the NFT, and then you could switch back at any time. But you could also sell the NFT to somebody who's not involved, and there's going to offer different perks for that. These are called 404s. You heard it here first. I'm just going to say it. 404s are going to be a big thing in the next few months. Maybe not just for this, maybe not even for Solana. It's actually a lot easier on EVM chains like Ethereum. But all in all, I really like Apple. By the way, stick to the end of this video because one of the last things I'm going to tell you is extreme alpha, possibly highest risk, highest reward out of anything I've talked about. But we're going to keep going. They're going to talk about Base. So this one's a little controversial. It's Brett. Brett almost reached a $1 billion market cap. Probably the number one meme on Base. The reason it's controversial is basically people think that this person, Crashiest, might be behind it and has been selling. I saw another post on that. I think Brett's obvious, but if you want to do something more fun, more unique, there's a lot of options out there. I know a lot of my friends from the VV days are getting in a Chuck. Chuck is a dog token based off of Chuck Norris's dog. I do own Chuck, and I know there's a lot of community revolving around that, a lot of content creators and everything like that. I'm always bullish on content creators being involved in the token because that's more marketing. And all these things essentially need is marketing. Okay, this one's going to be a lot more complicated. This is mainly if you're involved with runes or BS320s or anything like that. There's a token and the snapshot's happening in just a few days. So the snapshot is on May 5th. That is 5 days from the time of recording and posting this video. Do not buy, well, don't buy anything based off these videos. But if you're looking at this, definitely don't buy after May 5th because one of the main points of this is to do it before May 5th. And this is one of the top 15 runes tickers. It was number 15 actually. I did a huge write up on this. It's called Pizza. It's PIZA. It's not affiliated with Pizza Ninjas. The one actually right before this, Bullish Bitcoin Pizza Ninjas, is affiliated with Pizza Ninjas. Anyways, you can go buy the BRC20, and you actually, at the time that I made this post, you're getting a 40% more allocation than if you bought the ordinal. So there's an ordinal, which you can go buy on like Magic Eden, and there is a BRC20, which is Pizza. And if you buy the BRC20, you get a higher allocation for that. Basically, I did the evaluation and it was around, this needed to be above 20 million to be able to break even. It probably got hit a lot harder after this. I haven't done anything since the market tanked in the last few days. But I imagine now it's probably even lower barrier to entry. It's probably anywhere between 10 and $15 million market cap. Basically, every other token that's in the top 15 that has already been distributed is well over that mark. So highly speculative, highly risky, but the BRC20 might be a good R play if you want to play for the airdrop that is coming to the holders of the BRC20 token. It's going to be an airdrop. It's not going to be a burn. And I just want to get on that. For further information, go to my profile and find this post. You can literally just go to my profile and type in PIZA and it will pop up. It was just posted just a couple days ago, but definitely something I just want to throw out there again to kind of give everybody equal opportunity. And last but not least, I need to talk about this because I love it. It's really fun. I've been airdropped Pac Moon a couple of times because I've been involved in it, but Pac Moon is the Pac token. It's going to be, or it already is, on Blast, which is a new layer 2 on Ethereum. And I think if we're going off the narrative of every every chain needs like that one meme. I definitely think Pack could be that meme. I think they've done a really good job so far with their marketing campaigns, getting attention. And this is a token that's already available. You can already do a lot with it. So that's something to keep an eye out on Blast. So we pretty much hit like a little bit of everything. We got Blast, we got Base, we got Runes, kind of got BRC20s, we got Ethereum, AVAX, memes, Cardano. This is the everything video. And again, make your own decisions. This is just information to make everything fair. I live in this space. I live, eat, and breathe it. I'm in Discord, Twitter, Notion, Slacks, Farcast, everything. So make your own decisions, and best of luck to you navigating this crazy market. Hope it doesn't go to zero.